Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I have Steven Krasner with me. And of course, he was on my show before. He's a producer, he's a writer, he's everything that Vegas wants, because Vegas is actually getting very, very deep into the film business, into the... they're changing a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's becoming a little bit more broader, rather than just entertainers and music people, though we still have those in an abundance of them in the city, don't we? How do they all get work?
I don't know. I think a lot of people just start doing their own content, making their own content.
They do, don't they?
Yeah, they stop waiting for other people to give them opportunity. They just make their own opportunities.
So they make their own opportunities, and they're doing that through Zoom and through internet TV. I mean, I don't know why they had this epidemic, and I believe it was to get us all on the internet, because that's what happened, right?
Yeah, everyone's just on their own social media, their own websites,
everything.
All,
And how did it affect? You're a producer, and you've that's fine. What have you been up? Let's see what Steve's been up to.
I'm a homebody, so this quarantine didn't really affect my schedule so much. But,
I love that.
Yeah, it didn't really affect me. But but last time I was here, I was promoting my other movie, my first movie, Class Acts.
Yes.
Which since last time, it has gotten distribution by Green Apple Entertainment.
Oh, how wonderful.
And it's on Xfinity and RCN, if you have those.
Did you make that happen?
My higher sales rep, and they found Green Apple Entertainment. They were interested in buying it, so they did.
How wonderful. Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely.
That has to be the thrill. When you put something together, you make it, you do it and everything else, and then somebody wants it. It's like, oh.
I know. So, and then we were just like, let's just do another one. Let's make another one. So the last time I was on your show, I was talking about making another high school movie.
Yes.
Where it would be like a fun but irresponsible teacher has to teach a summer school class. And now we're doing it. So.
Are you doing it now?
Yeah. So we launched the Indiegogo, which is it's a crowdfunding website, and now it's on Indiegogo, and we just launched it. So yeah, if you're out there, please go look up. It's called Subsitute.
Subsitute. Go and look up Subsitute on Indiegogo.
Indiegogo, yeah.
And you're looking for money for funding for it, correct?
Yep, we need to raise funds for cast and crew and production, so yeah.
Now, how does that exactly work? With your last film, did you do the same thing?
We did the same thing. We tried to learn a little bit about crowdfunding, and we raised a good amount of money on crowdfunding, and it's great because you just putting your project out there, and a lot of people could see it, and they wanted to donate.
And they want to donate to it, and they want to help you, and they want to see you grow. Were you surprised with how many people sort of responded to it? Were you surprised?
Yeah, you're always surprised because the world works in mysterious ways. So
it does. Tell me.
A lot of people you think wouldn't invested, and a lot of people you think wouldn't.
So you don't. Well, you can't judge a book by its cover because you just don't know. You don't know what that other person has in mind, or what they're thinking, or maybe they went through the same thing when they were younger, and now they want to help somebody that's young and that's out there and wants all this thing. So how's it going with this new movie?
It's great. I wrote it based a little bit on my own experiences as a teacher, and
were you a teacher?
I was a substitute teacher. I was a teacher's assistant and a substitute teacher.
Where, in Vegas or?
In Vegas, yeah.
In Vegas.
And once the quarantine happened, I just had a lot of time to write. So
you've been writing.
A lot of time at home writing, yeah.
Which is great. So where do you get your ideas? Do you get your ideas from like personal experiences and things that have happened out there?
Yeah, I think so. And I definitely try to make it funny, try to put a funny spin on it, especially now during times where,
I think people want to laugh.
People want to laugh, yeah.
I think people definitely want to laugh. It's funny you should say people want to laugh. I was watching a movie accidentally last night, and actually my brother just passed away. And it was all about this dog called Hatch. I don't know if anybody knows that movie. Well, I ended up sitting on the sofa crying and crying and crying. It was not a movie to watch at this particular time, but it was a great movie. Fabulous about a dog. It was a fabulous movie. So I get all these different ideas, and it was a true story, by the way. But all these ideas, they really come out of true experiences, but you add a little bit to it. Is that how it's...
Yeah, we try to make it a little theatrical and a little over the top.
A little, yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just a fun high school movie. And
how long is the movie? Is it short or is it
It's a full feature. The script is about 100 pages.
Yeah.
So it'll be a full feature. We're filming it here in Las Vegas, and we're looking for great people to come on board, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the camera.
So behind the scenes or in front of the scenes or acting or not acting or just... And, Do you find from the last one you did, do you find now that there's more film work going on in Vegas? Is it getting bigger here?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially now since everyone's anxious to go back to work and just go back to normal. A lot of people are filming and they're anxious to just get out there and get their projects done.
Absolutely. And I think now, I think Vegas is fully open now, isn't it? There's no mask, no nothing. We've been let out of our cages.
Exactly. Let's go back to normal.
So we're back to whatever normal is going to be anymore. You're very young, so what do you think is going to happen now? Is this the whole thing, a year and a half roughly? And it's changed a lot of minds. But the older people are kind of more set in their ways and, they get disrupted. But the younger generation, what advantage have they taken of this?
I think they're very good, young people, at making their own content and using it to just self-promote and get their work out there instead of just waiting for somebody or, packing up and moving somewhere. They're anxious. They're able to make their own content now and get their.
So they've taken advantage of the point, but they've taken advantage of how they can utilize what happened by. I'm not going to say we were all locked at home, but we were sort of, and so they've taken advantage of the internet and Zoom and all these. There's so many different platforms out there now, aren't there?
Yeah, you got social media, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all these stuff.
Could you ever make I'm going to answer the question myself. Of course you can. I was going to say, could you make a movie like you've just written and everything, strictly on the internet? Could that be done, or is that more of an animated thing to do? I'm
sure it could be done by someone much smarter than me. I don't know how to do it.
No,
I'm just,
You're smart.
I see a lot of stuff, but I see a lot of the young people just making just incredible content on social media and TikTok, and I couldn't do that. And they have, millions of followers.
Yes, I often wonder
amazing.
how that happens.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's amazing, though.
They get these ideas, and you look at it and say, well, I could have done that. It's always, I could have done that, but you didn't.
Exactly.
That's the little hitch in it, that you didn't do it. But at the same time, so it's getting people to sort of really kind of think on their own with their computer. Because the computer has given you so many different instruments. Mm-hmm. I mean, you obviously do a lot of stuff on How's it helped you?
I've definitely loved writing. I wrote this script. I had no plans to originally make one, but I said, let me start writing. And then I wrote it. I've met some great people that we're gonna get us started here in Vegas. So I'm gonna write it, direct it. I'm gonna star in it once again. And we're just going to edit it and put it out there.
And just put it out there.
Yeah.
And would this be for across the boards or more for the younger generation? Probably.
We try to make it a little bit of both. We try to make it something that the young people will enjoy, but also the older generation would like.
Like if the family were there, they could all watch it together and say,
exactly.
"Oh, I remember that happening when I was a kid."
Yeah, exactly.
Things like that, so that they can relate to
very
it.
Very relatable.
And then also the younger generation can see what you did and say, "Oh, hey, I could do that too."
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. And it's such that's why I love comedy, because it's so relatable. Everyone can relate.
So where'd you get the comedy from?
I've always been I think I've had a good sense of humor with writing, but I definitely watch a lot of comedies before I start writing, just to get in the funny mood. Yeah, exactly.
That's funny, because I'm a sonnet writer and I write a lot of romantic sort of sonnets that are very touchy feely. And you're right.
You got to get in the mood.
You got to get in. Well, usually mine's about 12 o'clock at night, so I'm a little bit in the mood then. Then I put this certain music on. And then that really gets you into the mood and you start thinking and, fantasizing or whatever you're doing, But it does help you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So there's all these different ways to get in there. What advice would you give to anybody that's kind of in where you are to continue and to help them?
I always tell people, just don't give up and always try to find a way to express yourself creatively.
Yes.
In a positive way. As long as you can find a way to express yourself, you're happy.
Are you married?
No.
You're not? No. I'm not saying you're lucky, because you're eventually going to get married, of course. You're dating someone?
No, not right now.
You're not dating. He's not a good-looking guy, not dating. Hey, girls.
I know, that's what I say, right?
Yeah, good-looking guy with a sense of humor.
Yeah.
He's a writer and a sense of humor, makes movies, so he fantasizes a lot. So you're a pretty good package.
That's what I said. That's what I've been telling people. Don't tell me, tell them.
Stop telling them.
Yeah.
He's a good package. So come on, guys, girls, whatever, But brothers and sisters?
I have one brother who's married with 5 girls. So,
Oh my God, you're definitely lagging behind.
yeah, I know. I got to catch up. And then I have a sister, older sister. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
how wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, do they all give you support for what you're doing? And are they all in Vegas or just you in Vegas?
My brother's in Vegas. My sister's in Miami.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it definitely is just...
Mom and dad?
Mom and dad, yeah, they live here in Vegas.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's always, they always give me support and always give me material to write something funny. So,
So does your dad have a sense of humor? Sounds like
yeah,
it.
very much, yeah.
I like that because he can start feeding you different. Oh,
He's
Dad, I
like
that.
Larry David and Archie Bunker had a child.
Oh yeah, Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
Remember? Wow, you remember those?
Yeah, young people don't know who that is.
No, they don't. But you know.
Yeah,
Because-
I said my family's like, if you ever watch the show, Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah. Oh,
That's how they
that
are.
was another. That.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
them.
come from a good family that supports you and helps you and sort of gives you ideas and everything else, but at the same time giving you space to do your own thing.
Right, and especially during this time where it's easy to get discouraged and just lack inspiration. But in this time, I'm focusing on making another movie, and we're trying
Absolutely.
to make it get a lot of work for Vegas people to.
Do you think that what has gone on all over the world, us being older, we can understand a little bit of it, but the younger generation, what do you think has been their reaction of the whole world closing down and people in their homes? It must be very strange for them.
Yeah, especially let's say a lot of little kids wearing masks and
Yeah.
they're getting normal. So, but I think we'll bounce back.
Do you think do you think they've understood it? What do you think they learned out of it?
I think they're smart, and I think kids are smart, and they definitely understand.
Yeah.
But I think we're very resilient, and now that everything's going back up, hopefully we can go back to normal.
What you just said, he said very resilient, and children are resilient. They take the punches. They
Yeah.
take the good, they take the bad, because they're learning. They're growing up and they're learning. So, So how can anybody reach you, and how can they get to you to fund it? And all?
Yeah, so I am making, it's called Subsitute. With the Kickstarter and an Indiegogo. And our Indiegogo is a Subsitute. And we are on social media, Instagram, Facebook, under Steven Krasner. I'm using a great company called Quantum Arc Media. And if you need to get in touch with them, they're on Google. So, yeah, we're on there.
Absolutely. Amazing guest. And what I love about the younger generation, they got this enthusiasm, but they also know where to go, all the channels to go to raise money, and also how to make a movie and to put a little bit of fun into it. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you, everybody out there, for supporting Vegas Live with Ninon, because without you, nothing happens. That's my favorite thing. Don't forget to go to YouTube and to subscribe, and also to thank Quirky Minds Media in Las Vegas, their studio, for us being able to film our show here. James Kelly is amazing. We will be right back soon. You take care. Bye-bye.
Let's be honest. What are we going to do if we don't get into college? We don't have any rep.
Whoa, what do you mean?
It means we can't get girls.
Everybody say hi to Daniel.
We're going to my father's church. You guys can come if you want.
It's a gold mine. All these chicks are so hot.
You're trying to bang him, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Very clever. I know, right?
You guys are such delinquents.
If I find you guys doing one more prank on school grounds, you're getting suspended.
This school has been screwing us over for years, and now they're just gonna kick us to the curb.
You know what? I'm going to write a statement. And I'm going to take your dolls that you've been hiding in your desk.
Now we've got to go all out on this guy.
If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe. Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up, and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.